everyone. Welcome to This Day. Today is Wednesday and it's August 12th. Now we do have a couple of meetings to tell you about today. We have the GRF Maintenance and Construction Committee, which will be at 9:30 this morning. And then we have the GRF Landscape Committee at 1:30 p.m. Now, of course, you could follow along by visiting lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have Dr. Jason Liao, who is here with Memorial Care. And then we also have Sandra Carr-Bassler, who is here with the baby boomers. And super fun to talk to her. She's going to tell us all about the Woodstock for next year. And then I will have some community information that's going on here right in the village. All right, let's take a look at our resources here. OCHealthInfo.com numbers you can get per city. Then you can also go to cdc.gov, and that's staying safe with COVID-19. We have covid19.ca.gov, and that is all the California numbers and the governor's reopening plans. Now, there's a county hotline that they have added. It's 714-834-2000. Of course, you could always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com. And there you can see where I have the arrow. We have resources for our residents, which will give you lots of local information. And that's also where you can find village resources, which is our recreation resources as well. All right, and if you have any questions, you can email them to us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Our weather is looking warm, very warm. We have today 85, 69, very warm today. And then we've got hot tomorrow, 89, 69, and then we're going to have a heat advisory for Friday, which is 93, 72, and then another heat advisory expected on Saturday, 95, 73, and then we start a bit of a warming trend on Sunday, but not by much. So let's take a look at our sunrise. The sunrise this morning was 6:11, and our sunset will be at 7:40. And Sue and Jules Anderson, this is one of my favorite photos because I love Maui and just love pineapples. So awesome photo. Thank you so much for sending that in. And if you have a travel photo that you would like to share with us of some landscape, gorgeous landscape, where you've been, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. When we return, we will have Dr. Liao with Memorial Care. Stay tuned.
We know that we're asking Americans to do a lot right now. So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible to this virus.
A question I often get asked is, why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
Social distancing is really physical separation of people.
It's what we refer to when we ask people to stay at least 6 feet apart.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, not going to theaters where there are a lot of people. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others who might actually be infected or infect you.
We all have a role to play in preventing person-to-person spread of this disease, which can be deadly for vulnerable groups. For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Jason Liao, who is here on behalf of Memorial Care Neuroscience Institute. Well, Dr. Liao, thank you so much for being with me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being here. So an interesting subject, and one in which I have not heard of. In fact, you said many people have not heard of it. Normal pressure hydrocephalus. Tell me what it is.
So normal pressure hydrocephalus is a long word or a long terminology, but we abbreviate as NPH. And basically it's a common condition that is often undiagnosed. A lot of times, the classic triad of symptoms are slowing cognition and shuffling gait and urinary incontinence. And a lot of times people just think that's just people getting older. You know, that's just senescent changes, old age. And it's often undiagnosed. And it's only if people are really aware, or a lot of people who are really aware of the medical terminology, who say, hey, maybe this isn't dementia, maybe this isn't old age. And so that's when I usually see them. They usually get a brain scan, and I see them, and they indeed have a buildup of fluid in their brain. So normal pressure hydrocephalus is a buildup of fluid in the brain that can cause similar changes to the mind like dementia, but it really is reversible.
Wow. Well, yeah, this is quite surprising. So what are some of the symptoms if someone was to have this?
So the most common symptom is people feel slower. I have a lot of executives or ex-executives, and those are the best patients because they're very on top of their care. And a lot of times they just feel, I'm getting slower. I can't no longer run. I can only walk or jog, or I can barely even walk. Not just slower physically, but slower mentally. They feel like they have slowing cognition, slower reactive times. The other two symptoms that are associated with this condition of NPH are they have urinary incontinence, or they have instability, like a shuffling gait. You see people when they walk, they kind of have like a magnetic gait. They shuffle their feet. Those are really the classic symptoms of normal pressure hydrocephalus.
So in general, if someone was to come in with these types of, hey, I'm not feeling fast, or I'm obviously slowing down, obviously you know what it is, but would most doctors know what to do? Well,
no, not necessarily, but a lot of doctors, are becoming more aware. This is definitely a condition that the community in general, the medical community, is becoming more aware of because it is reversible, and they have really good results when you do reverse them. In other countries like Japan, where this was first diagnosed and it was very well treated, they routinely order a brain MRI or a brain CT to look for it. So I think nowadays, if you mention these symptoms to your primary care, or even if you mention normal pressure hydrocephalus, if you're worried about the slowing, you can just you just ask for a brain scan, and you just look for a brain CT or a brain MRI, and the diagnosis can be made from such.
Now, how often do you see this in patients?
Quite often. I would say in the general population, if you were to scan everyone who feels like they've been slowing down, I would say you would probably find it in 15% of patients.
Wow.
So it's actually, it's a diagnosis more that you just don't want to miss.
Exactly. And what causes it?
Unknown cause, actually. So it's not even genetic. It's just a certain, a certain cadre of individuals who develop it. And again, it doesn't even have to deal with health. A lot of people who are very active and healthy prior will develop this, and for just unknown reasons, they start slowing down.
Wow. How bizarre. That's really different. And you did mention that it is treatable. What do you treat it with?
So we treat it with usually, well, first we want to work it up a little bit more. So if they have what we call blown up ventricles, meaning that their ventricles are larger, or the fluid filled spaces in their brain are larger, then we consider doing more of a diagnostic test where we do essentially a spinal tap. We drain some of the fluid, and that's done so that we can not do unnecessary surgery. So we do a test first to see if we drain some of the fluid through a spinal tap. A lot of patients will say, hey, I can walk a lot better, or I feel so much, it's like immediate results within 24 hours. Or I feel like, hey, I feel so much like more sharper. That's a positive result. And if they did have that positive result, then we do a small procedure and put in a shunt. And the shunt is basically a catheter that helps assist the brain in draining the excess fluid. And we shunt it actually into the abdomen, to the belly. So that's a half an hour procedure. It's not even very long, relatively very safe, and often has meaningful results.
How interesting. So you would put the shunt in the abdomen, not in the brain?
Yeah. Well, no, from the brain to the abdomen.
Oh, gotcha.
We tunnel it. So it's actually underneath the skin, and you only have small incision on the head, on the very back here.
Okay.
And then a small incision in your belly button.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's really bizarre. Because you don't know what causes it, they really can't prevent it, right?
No, there's no prevention. It's you literally you get the symptoms and you try to diagnose it. And
Okay.
then if you diagnose it and you have a positive result with the drainage, then you know it's treatable.
Okay. That's awesome. Now, you do this all at the Neuroscience Institute. And tell me a little bit about the Institute and what are some of the things that you treat?
So the Neuroscience Institute, it's a growing institute at Saddleback, and basically we're trying to centralize and do a lot more neurosurgical procedures, both in the brain and the spine, in under one campus. And a lot of it is, growing visibility, but also growing the amount of specialists at that center. We have now otolaryngologists that help us out. We have more neurology and neurosurgery. We're growing those arms so that we can deliver more. We all come from major academic centers. I came from Johns Hopkins and Stanford, and we have a lot of guys from big names, and we're just trying to grow what normally would be treated at a university setting and bring that out to the community because we have the talent in this area.
Absolutely. That sounds awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much. And this is a really interesting subject.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll talk to you again.
Take care.
And we'll be right back after this.
For the sweaty faces and the hidden smiles, the foggy glasses and the sore ears, the determined looks and the muffled laughs. A simple piece of fabric makes a big statement. I care. Let's all do our part to slow the spread. Wear a mask. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Sandra, who is here on behalf of the Baby Boomers Club. Well, hi, Sandra. How are you today?
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
You are very energized for this morning. Awesome. Now, let's talk a little bit about what happened last year. You guys had a great Woodstock, and it was very successful. And then, unfortunately, it didn't happen this year. But tell me about last year's.
Oh, my gosh. Last year was our 10-year anniversary, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we went all out. We got a big sponsor, and it went so well. We had 1,200 residents and some visitors come. So we filled that clubhouse too, in the front, the side yard, the back. We had a blast. We had buses running all day. We had inside bands, outside bands. It was a huge success. We went from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night last year.
Wow.
So it was it actually opened at 7 in the morning. So it really went like 14 hours, and it stayed full all day. It was just marvelous, just marvelous. We had a really good time last year. So we're really looking forward to doing it again this next year. Really, as we all are, bummed that we're not partying this year.
Right.
But we're going to make it up to you next year. We got some really fantastic things planned.
So you've already confirmed the location, and you've confirmed the band.
Yes.
You've confirmed.
We've got the date.
Okay.
So the date is going to be June. We're moving to June next year because it's a little cooler. June the 26th.
Okay.
So at Clubhouse 2.
Okay.
So that is going to be on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we decided to move to June is last year in July, when we held it the third Saturday in July of last year, it was hot. Oh, Miss Lisa, it was hot. And we decided this next year, since everything was put on hold, to try to get it a little bit cooler. We're not able to do the 10th this year, so this next year, for the dancers, the attendees to dance under. So we'll have the tents for the band, but not necessarily for us dancing.
I see.
We will have inside music, but inside the clubhouse too. But
Okay.
most of the big tribute bands are going to be put outside.
Okay.
So we will have those, and so it's going to be really special. You want me to tell you a few fun
Sure.
things?
Yeah, tell me what is something that you're going to have there that maybe you've never had before.
We're going to have a wine and bar garden out back behind Clubhouse 2. You know, they really remodeled Clubhouse 2 a few years ago, and it is gorgeous in the back. We have the big canopies, the big comfy chairs. We're going to, GRF has decided to sponsor the wine and beer garden.
Oh.
So they're putting on the wine and beer garden for us. We will have a small band out there off and on all day from morning to night. We'll be playing more easy listening, you know, Woodstock music, more quieter music. So it's more of a social type place, I think, in the back. Where on the inside of Clubhouse 2, we will be doing very close to what we did last year, which was some vendors. We've got a lot of great crafting vendors and other supporting vendors, and we'll be inside, plus our Laguna Woods local bands, meaning these are the boys that live here in the woods that we all love, and they will, well, I think we're having 3 or 4 of those bands. So we will have a lot of really talented seniors inside Clubhouse 2. Outside Clubhouse 2, in the front, facing the crowd, basically, is where the tribute bands will be.
Gotcha.
So one nice thing that we're doing this year is that we've got a great sponsor. They are going to do the buses like we did last year. They were extremely successful, because it really cut down the 1,000 cars showing up to Clubhouse too.
Yeah.
Because the golf cart course is still open, as it's Saturday for the golfers. And so we've got buses, so you can take your car with your lawn chairs and your tent or your umbrellas, your blankets, and show up maybe over by the DMV. Big Lots, and get on a bus there, and they bring you right up to inside Clubhouse, right up by the clubhouse, and drop you right off.
Perfect.
And then you can go in.
Now, you mentioned you're having a beer and wine garden. So does that mean that are the drinks like a host, like is it a no host bar, or what would it be?
No, there will be a charge. GRF, you know, has to make money, as we all do. So there will be a charge. And they do a very reasonable cost on their, you know, selling of the spirits. Okay. And you will not be allowed to bring them back out to your tent or back out to your umbrella. Okay. So they will have different colored cups, basically. So you go in to buy a glass of wine, and you will be staying back there to drink the wine with your friends and whatever. But it's a different atmosphere. It's a more laid back type of atmosphere where you go out front and you're going party, you know. We're gonna have it all. And then you sounds really great. You hoot and holler for your friends that are up on stage and see all the vendors, and it's a little air conditioning. So we're really hoping that the weather's going to be nice. It should be, you know, very nice. So
you definitely stand a chance of it being cooler in June than you are in any other
that's a whole month earlier. Correct. Exactly. So we do.
Exactly.
We are looking into renting food trucks this year.
Great.
So we've never had them before. We've had them a couple of times, but we're really going to advertise them this year. We're going to do food trucks that serve food. So people don't want to bring food. Yeah. Deal with all that. They can go up and maybe if we do a taco truck, they could do a taco or a hamburger or whatever. We're still looking into getting those finalized for the food trucks.
Sure. Good.
We're also doing the face painters again. That's a very huge thing. With lines are out the door usually. Last year she had 2 face painters. We're hoping to have 2 this year, if not 3. So the lines aren't so long. Then also, I don't know where they found this guy, but we're going to have a free photo booth.
Oh,
so
fun.
We have all the cutouts, and we got somebody doing the professional photos, so a free photo booth. So that's going to be, it's always very popular, a lot of lines for that. It's like as we get older, Lisa, we get younger at heart. So
well, we all just want to have fun, right?
That's right. We all want to have fun. So, I think the extra time in planning this, Diane Johansson is our Woodstock coordinator. She's our board member that takes care of Woodstock. And boy, is that girl organized, and she is smart, young chicky-doo. Let me tell you, she is gotten it all put together. Every dot is crossed, the T is crossed and I is dotted. So we're really looking forward to having an excellent time next year. And we're really looking forward to having the residents get out. Next June. We should all be getting out and not having to wear a face mask, hopefully, and be able to go out and see each other. And boy, it's really going to be a spectacular. We're hoping that GRF sends the drone out again and puts that out so we can show that. They did that last year for us, so we're hoping that.
Okay.
And like I say, we've got 7 to 8 bands, so lots of music this year.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Well, we'll talk again, in the coming months and see how you're making progress. But in the meantime, you do have something that's coming up soon on August 20th. Tell me about that.
Oh gosh, we have a Zoom meeting for the baby boomers, and this will be for anybody in the village. You can sign up. You don't have to be a member. We have Ray Bellagio is going to do a Zoom lesson. He is a dance teacher, has a dance studio. Very, very talented man, and be teaching us Zumba. So we're all excited about that. Sign up for the Zoom. They'll give you an ID number and a password, so you can go in and listen at that. I think it's going to be at 10 o'clock on that day.
Okay.
And let me see if I have anything else on that to do. Yeah, just email us for that. It is the baby boomers with an S club at gmail.com. I'm sorry. It is at gmail.com.
But nonetheless, if they wanted to find out any other information, they could always
can go to our website. You can go on the village website, go down to clubs, look up baby boomers. We have a beautiful new website that has everything there that you need.
Perfect.
Even pictures from the last 20, seems like 20 years.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Well, Sandra, thank you so much. It was very nice to talk with you. And I'm happy the baby boomers are still super active as best as you guys can.
Yeah, we try every month to do something for for our members and even non-members to get us out. So
all right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And we'll talk to you again.
Bye.
And we'll be right back after this.
This is Dr. Trin from Irvine Clinical Research. I hope that during this pandemic that you're doing well and keeping safe. During these times, I want to let you know that we're still offering memory testing at no cost through Healthy Brain consultations. If you or your loved ones have concerns with memory loss, you don't need to leave your home to chat with me. We're offering these consultations online. Call us at 753-1663 to schedule your Healthy Brain consultation video chat. Thank you so much and take care.
Announcements for Laguna Woods Village residents. I wanted to let you know that there's a couple of opportunities for you to participate in the Senior Mobility Program. Now, this is a program where you can fill out an application and you need to sign a liability waiver, and you must be 60 years or older. And basically, you would be getting travel vouchers for taxis, or you can and you can use it for non-emergency medical transportation, and you can use it for transportation to the Irvine station. Now, if you would like to participate in this, the $10 enrollment fee is waived. You need to call Resident Services at 949-597-4600 or Resident Services at vmsinc.org. Then also, we wanted to let you know that they are making change now for you for quarters for the laundry rooms. So it's a temporary coin distribution. They will do $10 rolls of quarters for you on Thursdays and Fridays. Clubhouse 3 for United Mutual residents, Clubhouse 5 for Third Mutual residents, and it's from 8 to noon or until the supplies run out. Now, if you want more information on that, you can also call Resident Services at 949-597-4600, or you could email them as well. And then one last thing, there's paving and concrete repair that is going on here. Now, there was some parkway concrete work done August 10th to the 14th that may be finished by now. And then in September, they're going to be doing it again. So they're going to do it United, cul-de-sacs 27, 92, and 94. In Third, there's a variety of other cul-de-sacs, and then GRF, they have a variety of streets. So to check on that, you should call Resident Services also at 597-4600. Okay, we have some concerts for you today. We have Brandy Clark live stream at 4 p.m., and that'll be YouTube, and you just type in Brandy Clark. And then we have the Last Bandoleros live stream at 5:30 today, and that's on Facebook. And you would type in at Last Bandoleros. And then I wanted to remind you about the Movies at the Village, the drive-in concert that they're going to have. August 21st and August 22nd. It'll be $10 per car. And you can call 949-597-4282 between 12 and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. And you can get your tickets that way. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time. As I mentioned, it is going to be quite hot coming up here in the next couple of days. We even have a heat advisory that is going to happen. Today's weather is looking very nice, 85, 69. Tomorrow, hot, 89, 69. Heat advisory for Friday and a heat advisory for Saturday with the highs of in the 90s. And then we're dropping down a little bit on Sunday, 89, 72. Have a great day in the Village today. You can always watch our rebroadcast at 12:30 and 5, or join us again here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Stay healthy, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
I'm very concerned that patients with stroke, heart attack, sepsis, or other medical emergencies are delaying care. Let me reassure you, it is safe and critically important that you do not ignore the signs and symptoms such as chest discomfort, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, or sudden onset of headache. If you think you may be having a medical emergency, don't wait, call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room.
Communities are starting to feel the financial impact of COVID-19, commonly called coronavirus. But we want you to know that there is help. We have disability insurance for workers who are ill or medically quarantined due to COVID-19. Paid family leave is available for those caring for an ill or medically quarantined family member, and unemployment insurance for reduced hours or lost work. We're all in this together. For information on how to stay healthy, visit covid19.ca.gov.
Hello. RadNet is the nation's largest outpatient medical imaging network, providing thousands of imaging procedures each day. During this time, RadNet remains committed to serving the needs of our communities. Our radiology centers are open and will remain open to treat patients. Rest assured that RadNet is following CDC protocols and taking every measure to ensure the safety and well-being of our patients and staff.